Marina worked the night shift in a small accounting office. The job was dull but stable, and she was glad she could finally afford her own apartment. She had moved in a week ago, into an old Khrushchevka with thin walls, groaning pipes, and a hallway light that flickered as if the entire building was constantly blinking. At first, Marina took everything with humor. Until the calls began. It was 12:41 a.m. Marina turned on the kettle and decided to check her phone for the first time that evening. One missed call, number unknown. She shrugged. Maybe a mistake. Spam. Telemarketing. But a minute later, the phone rang again, sharp and loud, so suddenly that she jumped. The screen read. Incoming call, +000000000. What the hell, she muttered. She answered. At first, static. Like someone dragging a fingertip across the microphone. Then a very soft voice. Marina, can you hear me? She flinched. Who is this? I can hear you well. The voice didn't respond to her question. It just commented. If this is a joke, it's not funny. Are you home? Marina hung up. 1 second later, the phone rang again. Same number. Same freezing knot in her chest. This time she didn't pick up. The call lasted exactly 12 seconds, then ended. And in that moment, she heard it from the kitchen. A sound. Light. Almost inaudible. As if someone dragged a fingernail across the table. Marina froze. The apartment was empty. She knew that. But the sound was real. The next day she tried to forget it. But after work, she checked her call log. She had received 7 calls during the night. All from 000000000. And each call lasted exactly 12 seconds. But the worst part was something else. There was a new file in her messages. An audio recording. 11 seconds. Name, recording_01.mp3. Marina opened it, her hands trembling. Static, like the night before. Then a soft breathing. As if someone stood very close to the microphone. And one short sentence. I see you reading. Marina dropped the phone, nearly shattering it. She'd been alone in the apartment. Who could have said that? In the stairwell she ran into an elderly neighbor, Mrs. Alina. She had lived in the building her whole life and knew every tenant. Marina cautiously asked her about strange phone calls. The old woman frowned. Oh, dear, you're in apartment 310. Yes. You need to move out. Marina froze. Why? The previous girl, she also said she was getting calls. From that number. Was it all zeros? MHM, 10 zeros. And what happened to her? Marina felt cold under her skin. Mrs. Alina shrugged. She disappeared. Left the door wide open. And the phone on the floor. Police took it, and what happened after, who knows? Marina stepped back. Are you joking? Child, many people in this building heard those calls. Usually, a week after moving in. What is it? I don't know. But, if the number with zeros calls at midnight, you must never pick up. Never. Why? Because if you answer, he comes in. Marina felt her stomach drop. Who is he? I don't know. But I heard him myself. It was 12:12 a.m. when her phone rang again. Screen glowing in the dark. Incoming call, +00000000000. Marina sat on the bed, wrapped in a blanket as if it could protect her. No. I'm not taking it. The phone rang for 12 seconds, then stopped. At that same moment, something clicked in the hallway. Soft. Metallic. Like key against metal. Marina grabbed a kitchen knife and stepped out slowly. Her key lay on the floor. But she knew, she was absolutely certain, that her keys had been inside her bag. Inside the bag sitting on the table. She touched the key. It was warm. Her phone buzzed again, slicing through the silence. A photo. Taken just seconds ago. Her kitchen. A picture of her standing with her back to the camera. Perfectly still. And behind her, a dark figure, shaped like a man, leaning toward her ear. Marina screamed. Her stomach twisted violently. Someone had been inside the apartment. Standing right behind her. But now the apartment was empty. The next night she decided to leave every light on. At 11:58 p.m., her phone lit up by itself. A new contact she never created appeared. Internal number 00. And it was calling. The building had no internal phone system. She certainly didn't. Marina didn't breathe. After 12 seconds, the call ended. And immediately, someone knocked on her door. Slow. Muffled. Thud. Pause. Thud. She crept to the peephole. Nobody in the corridor. She stepped back. The knocking came again, from the bottom of the door. As if someone was lying on the floor outside. Pounding upward. Marina stumbled backward, falling. The phone rang again. Incoming, internal number 00. Her hands trembled so hard she could barely see the screen. She answered. Hello. A whisper. Marina. I'm already in the hallway. She covered her mouth to stifle a scream. Don't run. I want to see your face. When you understand. Understand what? She gasped. That this apartment hasn't been yours for a long time. The call ended. And in the same second, something began scratching the door. From the inside this time. Marina rushed to the kitchen, grabbed her phone, then ran to the window. She thought about screaming, calling neighbors. But then the lights in the apartment abruptly went out. All of them. Only her phone screen remained lit. Seconds later she heard footsteps. Slow. Long. Measured. Step, pause. Step, pause. The steps came from the bedroom. She saw the door, dark, slightly open. And from behind it came a steady, calm breathing. Not the breathing of someone tired. The breathing of someone who enjoys the silence before a scream. Marina stepped back once. The footsteps inside the bedroom stopped too. Who's there? Silence. The air vibrated with tension. Then from the dark, a barely audible response. Answer. Marina bolted. She locked herself in the bathroom. Shoved a cabinet against the door. Sat on the tiles, knees against her chest. The phone was in her hand. Her fingers were bleeding, she didn't remember hitting anything. Suddenly, The phone started a video call on its own. Contact, internal number 00. She didn't want to answer. But the screen slid the accept button upward by itself. Marina saw herself. The camera seemed to be behind her. In the video, she sat on the bathroom floor, trembling, breathing in short bursts. And in the shadows behind her, in the corner, stood a tall figure. Very still. Very close. Marina was seeing herself 1 second before she looked at the screen. But in reality, no one stood behind her. "Don't look back," whispered the voice from the video. "Why?" "Because I'm not done calling yet." The image flickered. Now the video showed her bedroom. Empty. Then the kitchen. Empty. Then the hallway. Empty. Marina recognized every corner. Her apartment. The camera moved as if someone was walking through it in real time. Then it stopped at the bathroom door. On the video, the door was slightly open. Though in reality it was closed and blocked. And on the video, the door slowly opened wider. A hand appeared in the crack. Long fingers. Pale. Dry. Touching the door. Marina screamed. In reality, the door began to move. Something pushed it from the outside. Hard, slow, steady. The cabinet scraped across the tiles. Marina pressed herself against the wall, shaking so brutally she couldn't inhale. The hallway outside was completely dark. A whisper drifted through the gap. "Marina, pick up. This is the last call." The next morning neighbors heard the sound of breaking glass. When police opened the apartment, the bathroom was empty. Marina was gone. Her phone lay on the tiles. The screen was on. 12 missed calls. All from internal number 00. The final call in the log lasted midnight. As if someone answered, but nothing had time to happen. There were no signs of struggle. Just cold. A deep, basement-like chill that didn't belong on the top floor. Neighbors reported hearing someone walking inside Marina's apartment for a long time after she went silent. Slow, calm steps. But no door ever opened. Marina was never found. Her phone was taken as evidence. But the officer on duty later claimed that during the night, it began to ring by itself. The screen showed only one thing. +000 000 0000.